Say two things and let the congregation repeat after me. Hallelujah.
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 Holla, Yahweh.
Yahweh say,
Yahweh said,
shoot the best shot.
shoot your best shot.
Yahweh say,
Yahweh said,
shoot the best shot.
shoot your best shot.
Yahweh say,
Yahweh said,
shoot your best shot.
shoot your best shot.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I like that one.
Yes.
I like wherever I go. I like that. I like that. Shoot your best shot.
Yes.
I'm gonna break it down. Shoot your best shot. But I'm gonna make sure it is the cope in that book.
Shalom, Shabbat, shalom.
Shabbat, shabbat, shalom.
Welcome to Yahweh and Yahshua Speak television show. We are here in Evanston, Illinois, coming off the great Layil to this great Yowm product of Yahweh's Sabbath to bring another marvelous lesson that Yahweh has put forth in my page, my mind. It is entitled, The Law of Confession, Light Over Darkness. They say the law is, is SABBATH, the command of Yahweh. There's a law that we have to do and have a confession to it, to have the light over this darkness age where we live in. So I'm going to give you the definition of law. I got it out of Webster's second dictionary, and it states, the body of precept or principles held to express the divine will as revealed in the Bible. That's it, because it is the law. This law of confession. It is precepts and principles held up to the standards of Abba Yahweh. There's no deviating from what thus says Yahweh. You can, but it's an honor void to you, because Yahweh sent him forward the Darbarin to come back. It doesn't come back for it.
Right.
It accomplishes what it is sent out to do.
Amen.
And in the truth and in the power of the fiery Ruach, there's no stopping.
None.
No devil, no Adam. Praise the mighty Yah. And confession, the definite confession, I got a Britannica Webster Dictionary and Reference Guide. It states confession, a statement of something confessed. You opening up your mouth, whatever it is, confession, whether it's good or bad, you confessing. You holding on to this thought you have that is good or bad, that is imminent, it's coming out of your mouth. So let's go to Yahshua, Isaiah chapter 14. We gonna get it all started with this law of confession and how the light is over the darkness, no matter what it is. The light prevails all the time. But we're going to Shemaiah, where all this confession and light over darkness began. Yahshua, Isaiah chapter 14. Isaiah chapter 14. Isaiah chapter 14. Let's read verses 13 to 15.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Elohim. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
Praise to my Yah. This is Hasatan, Yah. He's making a confession. He's making a confession of what he's going to do. See, that's what we do. We confess with our mouth, whether it's good or bad. He got a boisterous confession to say this. For thou hast a mar in thy pay. I will ascend into Shemaiah. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Elohim. I will sit also upon the mount of the high congregation in the sides of the north. That's twofold. He thought on the north, and then we got that other, Saint Santa, spelled backwards, Satan. That was him. That's where they get it from. This fairy tale, big, fat, jolly white man, supposedly, but it's just Satan dressed up. That's what he does. Dress it up to make it look all good. He said, like they say, he come from the North Pole, right? So that's what Yahweh has a comparison to the physical, to the spiritual. It's no joke, y'all. This is real. It's a spiritual
Yes, it
warfare
is. Yes, it
between
is.
our Yahweh and House of Thurs. And they both need physical bodies because they are spirit. They need to come into a physical body in this physical realm. You choose which one you're going to allow in. Hallelujah, Yahweh. Continue.
Verse 14, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
Hallelujah. Here it is. Like I say, it's the law of his confession. He said, I will ascend above the heights of the cloud. I will be like El Elyon. Big dreams, you know, but he was confessing. You know, it was a law, it was a principle to his confession. But that's the darkness he was thinking. Here come the light that was pronounced over him. Go to read verse 15.
Verse 15, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit.
Hallelujah. The down shall be brought down to the Sheol, to the sides of the pit. See, that's the light over the darkness, y'all. No matter what it is, no matter what the darkness, you got to speak these kingdom principles, which is light over the darkness. You know, y'all is trying to get you to see. No matter what it is, the law of confession, good or bad, but there's always the light over the darkness. You got to confess it. This is what this book is about. Getting into, you know, instead of how the physical circumstance look, there's the law of confession. Light over darkness. Y'all, dark rain rules over darkness. Hallelujah, Yahweh. Okay, let's go to Genesis chapter 1. Now here's the principle of, you know, law of confession, light over darkness, brought to the area. Genesis chapter 1. Genesis chapter 1. And let's read verses 1 to 5. All praises belong to our Abba Yahweh. There is no other Elohim. All your religious thing, the graven in it, the iron, wood, and stone, like he said, something you made, and you bow down, something you got to set up, and you done went cuckoo. Why? Because you done lost your mind. Because why? You didn't believe what Abba Yahweh, so you've been blinded by your daddy, the devil. That's it. Hallelujah, Yahweh. Praise the mighty God. Genesis chapter 1, verses 1 to 5.
Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning, Elohim created the heaven and the earth. Verse 2. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the spirit of Elohim moved upon the face of the water.
Hallelujah. That's it. In the high barriship, Elohim bara ha-shemayim and the air. And the air was without form and void, and darkness. See, darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the high ruach of Elohim moved upon the face of the high mind. And the high ruach, Roman Christian, there was a spirit all the time. You know, that his spirit is the same as you are called Pentecost. It was then and forever. It was always with him. His power source. Ruach HaKadosh. It, not a muscular he. It's nowhere at one time that the Ruach HaKadosh spoke of itself as an Elohim. Praise the mighty Yah. Continue.
Verse 3. And Elohim said, let there be light, and there was light. Verse 4. And Elohim saw the light, that it was good. And Elohim divided the light from the darkness. Verse 5. And Elohim called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. Hallelujah.
Here goes his spiritual principle here. And Elohim let there be oil. And there was oil. See, he gave the law of confession. He spoke it. That's the law of confession. Everything is spoken. It's just everything must be spoken. You must speak it out. As you pull out a prayer, even if you're around a crowd of people, as our Raj Shalom pulled out Kotel, whisper it. It got to be spoken. Everything is spoken. So that's the law of confession that Abba Yahweh gave. You see, he said, let there and a mob. So he spoke his confession. And then verse 1, Elohim saw the light, that the hot oil, that it was told. See, the light is a spiritual principle and a physical. You know, you put the light as being good and the dark as being bad. That's the physical. It's a spiritual principle too. You see, he said the light that it was told me, Elohim divided the high oil from the darkness. See, that's where he had the light over darkness. This is where all the principle, light over darkness. And that's where the law of confession, light over darkness. And he knew it was dark, and he called the light over the darkness, where the darkness, and the darkness of spiritual and the physical. Man can't comprehend it unless you get with our Yahweh. Then you can comprehend this what he wants you to have. And 5, he said, Elohim corralled the high oil Yowm, and the darkness he corralled Layil, and the evening and the morning were the first Yowm. The evening and the morning Yowm was the first Yowm, not sunrise to sunset. You know, he said evening. You go around the area, then mankind know evening starts at 6. Praise be to our Abba Yahweh. Let's go see, he give you the spiritual principle. The law of confession, light over darkness no matter what. Let's go to Genesis chapter 3. Genesis chapter 3. Genesis chapter 3. And let's read verse 1 to 7. Hallelujah.
Genesis chapter 3 and verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which Yahweh Elohim had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, and Elohim said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden.
Yeah, the serpent, y'all. Wasn't no snake, y'all. Because as the Rod Shalom was saying, you know, can that snake, can an ordinary physical snake talk to you? It's just the principle of a law of confession. Snake, you low down. That's what he is, the dirty low down devil. That's what he just came, he was talking. And here he is bringing darkness to this marvelous order. He's bringing darkness, but there's an answer, like say light over the darkness. But he was bringing it right there. He brought a dark to a mind. Darkness. Continue.
Verse 2, and the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden.
See, and there she is. She with her light. See, it was given, you know, light is good. She said, and the Iyshshah among to the serpent, we may eat up the fruit of the trees of God. That was light right there. Yahweh gave him provision. That was light. You know, Abba Yahweh was looking out for his child there. Continue.
Verse 3, but the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Elohim has said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die.
Hallelujah. So he said, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of God, Elohim have commanded, you shall not eat of it, or neither shall you touch it, lest you move. There was light and darkness in that sand, she said right there. He wanted them to stay in the light. He said, but if you do this, there's the darkness, death. But there's light. We are, it's pronounced over us because of what happened here in the garden to move once. But you can avoid that second death, y'all. Eric, it's called the lake of fire. They playing with you. Y'all, everybody want to be in the kingdom and having Shemayim, but there's the other side. There's the light and there's the dark. Remember, y'all created by Rod. He pronounced it. He confessed it. So there's the dark side, the lake of fire. If Shemayim happened, ever since this happened, the fall, ever since Hasatan rebelled in Shemayim, there's the opposite of everything on this earth. Either you do or you don't. There's circumstances that may hinder, but you keep moving forward. Ain't no in between with y'all. That purgatory stuff, they Roman doctor keep you at this level of the lake of fire. Now, it's only one lake. And it was barrage for Hasatan and his demons. But man, so rebellious, so wicked, he added them on. That's why it's written in New Testament book, the New Testament believer, that it has broadened itself. And like I say, that's the darkness has expanded, but the light is narrow, that the remnant gonna go through the right way, through the gates, which is these Darbarim. This is how you enter in from these Darbarim. This is how you keep from the darkness of the lake of fire through these Darbarim, which is light. Or holla Yahweh, continue.
Verse 4, and the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die.
There it is. There it is. He bringing in darkness, trying to slick it in like a slippery sled, bringing darkness to the oil. But no matter how dark it gets, there's plenty of light. You just got to receive it and believe it and understanding and put it to practice. Hallelujah.
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 Continue.
Verse 5, For Elohim doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as Elohim, knowing good and evil.
And that's what he brought in, slightly bring it in darkness, trying to, like you say, masculine, playing it off as light, giving a trickery of deception, like say, bringing it. Making it like that darkness sliding in like he does today, as if it's all good. Continue.
Amen. Verse 6, And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat.
Hallelujah. And when the high Iyshshah saw that the tree was told for food, and that it was pleasant for the eye, and a tree to be desired to make akar, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her Iysh with her, and she did eat her Iysh with her. He was right there, man. For you natural mind and carnal mind, man. He was right there playing dumb-to-dumb. Standing right there. He heard her. He could have said, no, woman, do this woman like Yowm did. Don't do that. He was right there, letting the devil talk to his woman.
Right.
And convince him. He's standing right there. Because when you whip somebody, like I'm here with a car, Zahara, she's whipping. She's right there. Whip it. It's there. He was right there. So don't give it a blame game on the woman. It started in God and all the blame. Men, stop blaming the women for it. Our brother did. He did with disobedient. Continue.
Verse 7, And the eyes of them both opened, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons.
See that right there? See that was the law of confession. And then light over darkness. They opened up that darkness and gave up the light. The light is always still there. Like I say, it's the law of confession, light over darkness, no matter what it is. We have the Lord, the oil to come over the darkness. Praise be to the mighty Yah. Let's go to Genesis. Genesis chapter 4. Genesis chapter 4. And let's read verses 1 to 7. Hallelujah.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 1. And Adam knew Eve his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from Yahweh.
Hallelujah. This is an Adam, Yada, Eve, and his Iyshshah, and she conceived and bare Cain. And tomorrow I have gotten an Adam from Yahweh. See, this was Yahweh having the light over the darkness that they did. See, light trumpets over the darkness. Yes. He gave them light to, bless them, to have that light. Even after that darkness, they accepted. Praise the mighty Yah. The law of confession, light over darkness. Yes. Continue.
Verse 2, And she began to bear, and she again bare his brother Abel. And Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. Verse 3, And in the process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto Yahweh. Verse 4, And Abel, he also brought of the firstlings of his flock, and of the fat thereof. And Yahweh had respect unto Abel and to his offering.
Hallelujah. Here's the light over the darkness here. And Abel, he also brought of the firstling. He brought the best. Yeah. That's the glory, the light, of his flock, and of the fat down. And Yahweh had respect unto Abel and to his offering. See, that was it. Now here comes darkness. Continue.
Verse 5, But unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth and his countenance fell.
And there he is. He let his countenance, and Canaan and to his offering, Yahweh had no respect. Canaan was very rough and his countenance fell. That's how we can slip y'all from the light to the darkness. It kind of went to the darkness. Because at verse 3, in the process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought up the fruit of the ground and offered unto Yahweh. It didn't say he brought his first one. He gonna bring Yahweh leftover mess like man today, thinking you can come give Yahweh whatever, like you say, time, and then you take care of all your business, and you give him the scraps. And expect that Yah is about excellent, the best. He's the best. He wants us to have his best, which is the light over the darkness, not man. He said the poor be with him, but he said you was going to have to be poor. You get into his word, it's the light over the darkness. It's the confession. He said, how you speak it, you speak those things. Law of confession. Continue.
Verse 6. And Yahweh said unto Cain, why art thou wrong? And why is thy countenance fallen? Verse 7. If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him.
Hallelujah. If thou doest well, shall not thou be accepted? And if thou doest not well, Hata lie at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. He telling you hot right here how y'all have to stay in the light. Don't let the darkness in. That's all he's saying. Keep this light, over this darkness. But if you don't, the darkness gonna rule over you. His lies at the door, and it shall be the darkness shall be a desire. How's the time to rule over you? He's telling you how to keep the light up, the law of confession. He told him how to get his countenance back. Just go do well, and this won't be fun. So we can allow the darkness to come in, like the Layil Rosh Hashanah was giving that marvelous lesson. The Sabbath stars at night, and she was giving the marvelous lesson. We fall, but we get up. If you lay there, what's going to cover you? The darkness. It's going to come into your mind. You giving up your life. Dust yourself up and get back on that horse and ride into the light. Praise the mighty Yah. Don't stay down there. Then now you telling you money here. You gonna let Hasatan just put his cover of darkness on you. Hallelujah, Yahweh. He said, don't forsake this forsaking of the assembly. This way you get strengthened up. It's good. You have to go in the house and study yourself, but come where you can get ideas from each other and edify each other. Hear testimonies. On the prayer, this is what he said. He said, as he gave Kawa and Adon, he said, you subdue, you be cleansed, until he come. Meaning, subdue this error over the devil or any unruly man. And yes, Adam in any religion, woman don't exalt they dominion. It was given to him. Don't you remember Genesis 1:26? He said, let them have dominion. Them, he and her. When a man, you weak men don't do nothing, somebody got to do it. Like our sisters, when they bear these babies and their brother don't step up, they got to take care of the household. More power to my sister. They got to do it. Y'all some punks. Read out this book. These wimpy men, punked out like the book. She was on her tree. She was a fact, a judge. Yeah, man. Say always, women always talk. The first mama and always say, what's your mama? So she taught you, brought you up. She was on her tree. Listen up there. She was black. She had her rollers in her head and all that. Girls doing her nails, they fanning with the fans. She sipping on pomegranate juice on her tree. She had a tree named after the boy. And she just doing her nails. Here come these silly little boys. But then he got in that Ibryi book. And then Baruch, his chump self, chumped out. She said, Yahweh said, you're going to do this, you're going to take this and all that. He come and went, no, but if you don't go with me, I'm not going. And she said, well, I go with you, chump, my little boy. But y'all told me to tell you that this other sister going to kill that guy that I sent you out for. Yes, that's what it is. And we had our sister sold man from the Romans and Greeks getting taught that old bad vile doctrine about women. And Israel was lost to them. Then when we got back to the Nazareth, they falling up behind the Romans and Greeks, down on your sister, putting them down. But Yah always had his other half of the work for us. Read the book. You speak the truth, but I'm here to bring y'all's truth, brother.
Come on,
How
speak
you
it,
punk
brother.
men? Stand up.
Teach him.
Yahweh. We got one of the best Yahwehs here in the state of Illinois and around the country. Yahweh said, give kabod when kabod is due.
That's right.
Holler Yahweh. Sure want somebody to help work, to do this work. It's about saving soul. It ain't about you being smarter than the next.
That's
brother.
Right.
Have your little funky debate. You want the dead screen, C-scroll book. That's what it is. It's dead. Get the live Kaya book. The book, this book, it's alive. You want the apocryphals? That's the book of confusion. Here it is. This is no confusion. Who's author of confusion? Your daddy, the devil. He's your daddy. Dad, you serving him? Yes, your dad.
Yeah.
Yeshua, the world know him as Jesus said all his mind. You are your daddy, the devil. You ain't serving our Yahweh from Genesis to Revelation. Your daddy is the devil. Holla Yahweh.
Come on, praise him. Hallelujah.
Praise the mighty Yah.
Teach it, brother.
Let's go to Genesis chapter 6. Genesis 7. We about truth. That's it. Truth rose over all the darkness. That's what it is. The law of confession. Light over darkness.
Yes.
We're here to do our we're here to bring light to this raw air.
Yes.
Over the darkness. Showing you how to get it. You know, ain't no, like Ron McCoss would say, ain't no lie is of the truth. I don't care how you dress up Christ, man, it's Esther, all that is pagan. It's of the devil. There's the origin and beginning of everything. All this, as we live in an information highway, nothing's hid from you. The devil ain't hiding nothing. Y'all trying to get it to you. But he turn you over to the devil. He the one got you blinded.
Yeah.
Like God said, wrote on Facebook, you're dumber than a sheep. You know, a sheep know his shepherd, but Adam don't. Majority of Adam don't know their shepherd. Yahshua, the one that God is Jesus. And yes, we're Roman Christian. His name, as Messenger Daniel David would say, use that. You don't use that 6 inch. The sense to think. There was no letter J when this book was written. That's the light bulb, like you see in a cartoon, should go off above you. Then what was his name? Did the father name ain't Jehovah? The son name ain't Jesus. The father name is Yahweh, and the son name is Yahshua. But hey, we're not mad at those who use that between you and Yah. And some of you Hebrew brothers, you didn't know his name at first. Now you want to hold another brother to the flame because he's using Jesus and Jehovah, saying Lord God. That's between him and Yah. It's about saving souls. That's it. Come out of kindergarten. Hallelujah. You're in the flesh. Carnal mind. Carnality. You ain't wholly surrendered. You're not wholly surrendered. You got to surrender. Every day, all day, every second. You got to, this flesh got to die. Your word, and some of you Israel, the white man ain't the enemy.
No, exactly.
Your flesh. The devil's the enemy of all mankind. He hates none of them. And your biggest enemy you got to tackle first? Yourself. Your flesh. That's who you got to beat down. You get no place to the flesh. The devil ain't got nothing coming. All praises to Abba Yahweh. Hallelujah. Genesis chapter 6, verses 1 to 7. And they read.
Genesis chapter 6 and verse 1. And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them. Verse 2. And that the sons of Elohim saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose.
Hallelujah. Here it is. This is we're going to show the law of confession, the light over darkness, and in this path. And it came to pass when Adam had begun to multiply on the face of the high earth, and the babes were born unto them, that the high bonds of Elohim saw the high babes of Adam, that they were fair, and they took them Iyshshah of which they chose. Newsflash, you pro-Israel, when he said the daughters of, that were born of them, He's talking about the sons of Elohim. He's talking about the righteous.
Yep.
Them the sons of Elohim. And the daughters of Adam, the wicked one. Those who wasn't serving y'all, that's all. You know, we're going to get to it, continue reading. We're going to make y'all make this point.
Verse 3, and Yahweh said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. Verse 4, there were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of Elohim came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men, which were of old,
Here it
men
is.
of renown.
Here it is, pro-Israel. Stuck about your name. It's okay to have your staff. That's good. You know, they did that to run out. You ain't have to carry it everywhere you go. But you want y'all, you know, y'all want to be Egyptian, shave your head bald. You know, you ain't no Egyptian. Get it right. You a Hebrew Israelite. You tell you don't be shaving that bald. You want the sister to have their head covered and all that. Because it's written, we a Kohanim, we're a priesthood. This is our earthly crown compared to the heavenly crown. He always compared the physical to the spiritual. They up there with crown. This is our earthly crown. And he wins his. This is what he touched and they knew. The hem of his God. But y'all want the sisters to do that. Represent. You're supposed to be Kohanim. We all ministers. Because we all of that tribe.
Yes.
It's in our DNA, y'all.
Yes.
You see even Sunday teachers, all that ministry on, because we Israel.
Right. Yes.
They just sleep, don't know they ain't no
Yes.
yet.
Yes.
But he's always had a remedy, waking us up one by one. One an honor and privilege to know who you are in this age. He showed you for this age. Most of us are the first out of our natural family. One an honor. What a privilege. Here it is. Here it is. Chapter 4. There were giants in the high earth in those Yowm. And after that, when the eyeballs of Elohim came into the eyeballs of Adam, they bare band to them. The same came mighty and Adam, which of old with men of renown. Men of stature and all that. And check it out. Israel, it's still talking about Yahweh's children, us, the obedient, got with the daughters of men, the disobedient. And check it out, dude. Yahweh can't no angels reprocreate. They can't make babies. Y'all use this to say that they came down and got with women. No. What you have not read as Rod Sloman gave last. They can't do it. They can't reproduce. If that was the house of time, been wiped out this whole era. This is world, right? Would be not a righteous person on here. They just tall and stature. Look at people. Look at the brothers, how tall they are. They're valiant, mighty men. That's all it is. So y'all need to get that stinking thing. And then to go try more of your daddy, more insult to insult. Gonna have the nerve, got this bad doctrine from the lake of fire that Adam and the devil had sex with Eve. You done lost your rabbit mind. That's a foul beast. That's an unclean beast. See, that's the darkness. You trying to put over the light. But the Lord confessing it, that ain't gonna fly. So we are there's a Yah buster, brothers. Can't no angel make no child. That was the case. Hasatan will have his seed all around. Flowing around. This would be his world for real. Would be no righteousness. Hallelujah. 15.
Verse 5. And Elohim saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. Verse 6. And it repented Yahweh that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. Verse 7. And Yahweh said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creepy things and the fowls of the air, for it repented me that I have made them.
Hallelujah. See, this is law of confession. He was confessing it, so it was done. And it was done. And then in verse 6, and Yahweh saw that the wicked rod of Adam was great in the high air, and that every imagining of the thoughts of his page was only wrought. The power of imagination. You know, the power, you know, the law, like I say, the imagination part, you bring imagination to conception. You can see whatever you can see, then there's the power of their conception. And they were just thinking darkness over the light. You know, that was the law of confession. They was confession out their mouth. We're going to do this anyway. But y'all, like you said, it's something when y'all said it repented him that he had made our dawn. You know, made him to be this marvelous or this light over the darkness. But he gave us free will, y'all. You do what you want. But in the end, there's consequence for hata'ah. And if you don't repent before you move, die with them sins, waking up with them sins till when the resurrection comes, to the great white throne judgment. Because you ain't going to be in the first one. Because you died in it.
Right.
So we want to be, we strive to be in the first. We're going to be teachers in that 1,000-year millennium. That's what you strive for. He wants you to do that. Like our Robert McCann, Messenger Daniel David, when they asleep, y'all, Eric, y'all turn to sleep, you just, that's dead.
Right.
You there. When we lay down at night, we rest in the marvelous rest. When they hear that shofar, they gonna get up because I experienced the shofar. Ain't nothing like it. When you at home resting, ain't nothing like that rest, boy. You be in the spirit realm. You always, the spirit, that's when you go into the spirit realm. When you sleeping. Hasatan there, and Yahweh there. When people in the world call it nightmares, it can't be Hasatan. There ain't no nightmare. That's the devil toying with you, trying to get it in your thoughts as you sleep. You know? And that's why we had all of the protection of our assigned angel right there. And we worded it up so we can, when you have, I know for myself, when it's going bad, he said, call Yah, call on Yah, those who know Yah's great name. I said, help me, Yah. He said, help me out. Praise the devil. You know, that be the devil, right?
Hallelujah.
Holler Yahweh.
Come on now.
Holler Yahweh. Let's go to Genesis chapter 7. Genesis chapter 7. Just trying to get something, y'all.
Yes.
Y'all is about love and giving. And that's what we're about. Love and giving. But he don't have us to be no foo-foo. He had to give us the ruach of discernment. You know, and ain't nobody slicker than the black folk. Yeah, well, newsflash. The Father is black, the Son is black, and the devils are black. So you know that the devil was black, y'all. And ain't nobody slicker than a black man on this earth. That's it. That's where that old kindness slickness come from. Those who make them their daddy. You be that way till you can't do better till you know better. You know, that's why you got to read this God, these words. You got to hear it. You got to understand it so you can do it. Put it to practice and live it. It's a lifestyle. This ain't no joke. We wear this clothing. By the way, Yahweh is the best design in the area. We get our fashion from our Yahweh. You read our history book, yes, well, this is the black man's, but y'all got y'all, this is ours. As Roy McConnell said, they look like people like me and you. Truth be true. They know scientific eye, they know now. A fifth grader is smarter than most grown folk. You look at the air, what color? It's dark, ain't it?
Yeah.
So if he created man from the ground, what do you think he's gonna look like? And he said he made in my image. Yahweh, his hair's curly, woolly like that. He got it full,
Hallelujah.
And his whole face. His whole face is beard. He's sporting the beard, I said, we made in his image. And then some Israel want to adopt every nation. Yeah, they can become spiritual, but they're not physical. He said their hair is curly. They got this stringy hair. So that means you're not the physical Israel, but everybody must become spiritual Israel. That's it.
That's right.
Yes.
Genesis chapter 7. Y'all about trying to get something to you. The devil come to kill, steal, destroy. Look, y'all flash Eric, all these catastrophes going around there. Y'all say, oh, that's the act of God. Now, have you not read? The devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. That's him. He trying to destroy you, kill you from learning the barbarines of Yahweh. He trying to steal from you your eternal kind. And that's all it's about. Kill, steal, destroy. Trying to destroy you before you even get to know who you are. Look around. Right. And I, as a black man, the woes of it, it's been pronounced. The curse, y'all, we ain't under the curse no more.
Hallelujah.
We have come to stay into the light, staying in it. And then darkness alone. Genesis chapter 7, verse 1. Genesis chapter 7, let's read verse 1.
Genesis chapter 7 and verse 1. And Yahweh said unto Noah, Come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteous before me in this generation.
See, this is y'all, the law of comparison. He's speaking, he's saying the light, this brother light over the darkness over the air. So he said, I'm gonna do a new thing. And he said, I'm going to get rid of all this wickedness. He said that. Skip down to verses 10 to 12.
Genesis chapter 7 and verse 10. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. Verse 11. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened. Verse 12. And the rain was upon
go ahead.
And the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights.
Hallelujah. That's it. Y'all got that. He had put that light over darkness. He got rid of that darkness, that evil. He drowned the air. That's how he got rid of it. This is what this book is about. Light over darkness. Some people and things, you got to some of that, like say do a surgery on it, cut out that disease, that illness. Some things that people in this walk, you will have to leave alone. It's a must. It's part of the walk, y'all. Yeah. We see the big picture. Right. Making it to the kingdom. Don't let nothing or no one hinder that walk. They just not there yet. You keep moving forward. You be the example. They will be drawn. You should. Yes, sir. We must do as this book says. So you sure can be lifted up. They will be drawn. They will come. It's promised. You just keep on doing what? Because we speaking, we speaking in tongues, strange and unique doctrine. Truth, y'all. That's the strange and unique doctrine. Speaking in tongues, they don't know. Truth. From Genesis to Revelation, it was always a present time, but we are bringing it back to this present time. That's what we call for, y'all. Bring truth. That's it. Whether they like it or not. Whether they like it, that's mean you love it. Whether they don't like it or not. Like you say, that's not going to stop it, y'all. This world is ending. Trying to get you to be in the kingdom. Hey, Roman Christian, you ain't going up to Shemaiah. What you have not read. The one y'all know is Jesus, Yahshua said out of the mouth. No one has ascended or descended to Shemaiah but him. Who you going to believe? You believe Adam or the Creator? Hallelujah, Yahweh. Genesis chapter 9. That's what it's about, y'all. Then Israel, wow. We become a hot mess when we come awaken. Some of us. Woo! This walk with Yahweh is light, easy, and breezier. But it's the work, y'all. The work come in, dealing with people, putting in. That's because that's when all this going to be, we practicing, that's when it's going to be tested. So when the house is down, people going to test your faith. See if you're going to stand on the word. The Yahweh, when he throw it, these life situations at it. But we, like you said, we go on through, like the Rex said, I'm going through, no matter what others may do, the world behind me, Mount Zion and grew, praise you Yahweh, I'm going through, and that's what we do. So come, we're going through, it's already written. House of time and Yahweh saying this and how you gonna react? Amen. Remember the truth, even the black man. He was cool, calm, and collected in the whole situation. That's the fiery ruach we got here. You went through the water baptism. Now it's time to graduate to fire baptism, where you be bold as to line up your hooter. Unafraid what no man say. As I said before, you would die for this. You would die for this word. You ain't afraid of death. Death can't harm you anymore. Yeah, it's real. Don't be afraid what Adam can do to forgive you out. Be afraid what the Creator can do to your soul.
Hallelujah.
Skip what man say. Be bold, unafraid. Bringing the truth, trying to save souls, y'all. That's it.
Yes.
Genesis chapter 9, verses 1 and 6.
Genesis chapter 9, verse 1. And Elohim blessed Noah and his sons, and said unto them, Be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth.
Hallelujah. Where did we first hear this from, y'all? Genesis, right?
Right.
Genesis. This is the law of confession. Y'all put on light over darkness. And Elohim barak Noah and his band, and Amar unto them. Be fruitful, multiply, and replenish the earth. We are we're being fruitful with these truth dabarim. We are multiplying his truth around the earth, and we replenish it with our Yahweh's truth. That's what we do. And we subduing it until Yahshua come back.
Yes.
That's the law of confession. It was SABBATH on us. I'm doing my part. Are you?
Yes. Right.
Praise the mighty Yah. Continue.
Verse 2. And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, upon all that moveth upon the earth, and upon all the fishes of the sea. Into your hand are they delivered.
Hallelujah. And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be on every beast of the air. Beast, mankind, everything. They fear us. Once you come into this knowledge, it is written. They will fear you. You can go on your job, be around the biggest bosses. They'll tell somebody else to tell you something. Just fear. This is Yahceph back on you. They know. Like they say, he said we'll be a proverb. They say, now that nigga over there, I can figure him out. But this nigga, yeah, you a borrowed proverb. So don't get offended. Y'all pronounce it, they gonna be calling y'all all the time. This, that. But you know you're not that.
Right.
Amen.
As our rod Shalom getting us to get it. You take no offense. You won't be offended.
Yeah.
Sure, that's what the Ruach is about. Put on that whole armor. With the fiery darts of the devil cover, they just bouncing off. Because we got Superman on his earth. Holla Yahweh. Continue.
Verse 3. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you, even as the green herb have I given you all things. Verse 4. But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat.
Yisrael, it's okay to have Caucasian friends, but check what y'all said. You done got your red steak, thinking you done made it in this world. Blood. Check it out. This is a law of confession. This is the light over the darkness.
Yes. Yeah.
But the flesh with the life thereof, which is the high damn. Therefore you shall not eat.
Yes. Praise Yahweh.
That's what see majority of the black folk, we ain't win. We look at it, we don't want it anyway. Cook my meat up.
Right.
I make it tender, but cook it well through.
Right.
But it's the Caucasian rule. And that's why it's so much mess. Hasatan like hen in America. When the Custer last stand, that was his last stand. It was over for him. Like Hasatan, his last stand to do this, the European, the Caucasian rule. And he got them doing the wickedest thing there is to mankind. But it was for now. Israel since the drop. So y'all, like I say, the law of confession. He couldn't break his own law. That's why in the annals of time, it was time till Yahshua came. Y'all knew what man Adam was going to do. He knows your thought, people. Not people. Y'all remember as we was growing up, people used to do dark. Now they do it in the broad daylight. That's how wicked the darkness trying to take over the light. But it's not.
It's not.
How did Yahweh came? Continue.
Verse 5. And surely your blood of your lives will I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it, and at the hand of man. at the hand of every man's brother will I require the life of man. Verse 6, whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of Elohim made he man.
Yeah. And that's why like he said, as Rod Shalom was giving a lesson, you can't have the bitter with the sweet coming out of the fountain. You can't curse nobody and bless them same thing. And when you curse them out, he just told you. He made it in the image of Elohim. You cursing Yahweh out. He made us in his image. He said, then I tell you that you are little Elohim. Why we are little Elohim? Don't let it go to your head. It's to subdue and have the power from the Ruach God, that's to trample over the devil and wicked men. That's why we are Elohim under there. He said, you should do it. That's why he gave us that Michelle and gave us that honor and kabod. He took it back from the devil and put it back. It was lost in the garden. Now that kabod, he said, let your light shine for him. It's his light through us. Don't get it twisted. It ain't chill. But some of y'all in all religion got it twisted. Got it twisted. Hallelujah. Let's go to First Peter. First Peter. Y'all trying to get something to y'all, Harry? Listen up. Trying to get life to you over this darkness. And then he wants you to have a blessed. Y'all want you to look your best, smell your best, eat the best. So you represent him. Then people say, whoa, where you get that from? My daddy Yahweh. My big brother, you know, he gave it to my big brother Yahshua. He brought it down to me. That's it. He wants you to have the best life here, because eternal we can't even describe it. But you can tell our history book, you read back when they was having them feast days. Whoa, a king, how he would set it out. You know how Israel generally like set it out. Took the food out. Boy, they had thousands of dollars of auctionists. We had it like this. We were the head. Then they fell down, but now we back head individual. We rich, baby. Our daddy got it all. We want for nothing. We rich. He said you have not because you ask not. But you got to be obedient to get. He wants us to have these wealth, and so we can subdue this area and have it go generation to generation. It's there. We getting the principles now. Kingdom principles of finance. The way how to get it. You see them Roman Christians doing it. They believe the principle, the law of compassion. Light over the darkness. It's time for Israel to get it. Yowm, hey, we ain't going worldwide, y'all. Some of you Israel want to be known worldwide. Hey, that's good. You're going around different states and all that. But it's written. I got you in the corner, baby, to the 1,000-year millennium. Then you're going to go universal wide. Hallelujah. Just do your part now. You reaching it. We reaching the world. It's going out. On average, we reaching it. It's getting around. The Roman Christians starting to see it. They know it. They ain't on a minute to it, but they starting to use the Hebrew word term. They know it. Hallelujah. They do it more than Israel. Some hit us. First Peter chapter 2, verse 21, and it reads.
1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 21. For even hereunto were ye called, because Mashiach also suffered for us, leaving us an example, that ye should follow his steps.
That's it. You know, we call. And he was our example. We example. He came boldly. He ain't work error. The last thing I believe sanctioned March, y'all gave was Dr. King. That they did something that last of that old foot off our neck. Look at the march after then. Ain't nothing happened, y'all. Because Yahshua, he didn't even go outside picketing, marching. He just spoke the word of the truth and it happened. That is up to Europeans, y'all. That's their way of doing things. That's being rebellious to Yahweh. Yes. Praise the mighty Yah. 2 Thessalonians. That's rebellion. He said, when the Caesar was Caesar, but give me what's mine. Caesar is the government, y'all. You ain't getting out of paying no taxes. You're gonna, wherever you live, you're gonna pay taxes. But y'all got us covered. We don't worry about this thing. He said, I brought you out of it. He said, come up out of it. He said, why would you want to go back and entangle yourself in this age again? I thought I'm showing you the way. It don't matter who's in what office, what position. Our government's from above. We taken care of.
Yes.
It could be, as they call it, recession, depression. We ain't feeling the fact. He said, our big brother, Dawid said, I was once young, now I'm 8. I have never seen a band up here of Ibryi begging for nothing. He gonna provide. He has. Till we go to the grave.
Provides for us.
You trust and believe in
Hallelujah.
the law of confession. You confess it. Lay over the darkness. 2 Thessalonians verse 2 and chapter 2 and verse 2. Holler, Yahweh.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 2. That ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, as that the day of Mashiach is at hand.
Hallelujah. That you be not soon shaken in pain, or be troubled by neither by ruach, nor by the hadabar, nor by letter, as from us, as that day Yowm of Mashiach come. And don't let nothing move you. Somebody come with a letter. They can give you a letter. I got a letter. You know, from Thomas. I ain't shaking. I know the promise of my Yahweh. Know about word. Don't let nobody give you word and you fall off on your faith and your belief.
Amen.
Standing on Yahweh, His promise is yea and yea to us. You know? And you know, you just don't let that by a spirit of some evilness, you know. Don't let no evil dark spirit through man or from or accept nothing of the devil. Light over darkness. We winners all the time. We on the winning thing, yeah? Yahshua never lost a case. He's our advocate. Hallelujah. We do our part. Y'all got us. Proverbs chapter 8. Proverbs chapter 8. Proverbs chapter 8. Proverbs chapter 8. Let's read verses 33, 34. All praise to Abba Yahweh. Proverbs chapter 8, verses 33 to 36, and then read.
Proverbs chapter 8 and verse 33. Hear instruction and be wise and
Say
refuse
two
it
things and
not.
let the congregation repeat after me. Hallelujah.
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 Holla, Yahweh.
Yahweh say,
Yahweh said,
shoot the best shot.
shoot your best shot.
Yahweh say,
Yahweh said,
shoot the best shot.
shoot your best shot.
Yahweh say,
Yahweh said,
shoot your best shot.
shoot your best shot.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I like that one.
Yes.
I like wherever I go. I like that. I like that. Shoot your best shot.
Yeah.
Break it down. Shoot your best shot. But I'm gonna make sure it's the coke in that book too.